Hey there, everyone. We're back with another episode of the Phoenix Vultures. But before we get started today, I do have an announcement to make. So, after evaluating the league, I have decided that we are going to be doing one of two things with it, and I am not sure which. So, possibility one is this is going to be a three-season save. I will provide a quick start at the end of it, and you guys will be able to keep playing from there. But uh, I definitely do not think I want to go out with this for a long time, given how ridiculously stacked we were able to make our team because of the international issue. So that made me unhappy. And possibility two is we make it a three-season save and then come back with it, start fresh with a fixed, rebuilt version of the Phoenix Vultures roster. I would like to gauge interest in that. So if you guys are really liking this save and would like to see it done properly with all the international leagues working like international leagues rather than major leagues, let me know in the comments, send me messages, and I will. The more support there is for that, the more likely I am to put in the effort to fix the league and make it work properly. Because I do think this is a really cool, widespread international league that if we get it to work properly, I think this could be a really cool game to play. I want to see if you guys share the same sentiment, and if you do, then we will make sure to do that. But this is going to be a three-season save, and by the end of it, I will have made my decision about which we're going to do. I'm probably not going to announce it until the last episode, but we'll see. Especially if it's we will be remaking it. I might announce it sooner, but we'll see about that. Anyways, before we hop into the game, first things first, we got scouting updates on our players. Most guys, well, everyone except just about Chatterjee, who does not appear to have been updated, but everyone stayed about the same. Some guys actually went up, like Wajee, Moo. They got slight ratings boosts in some places. But the big one is Cloud Hari, who is one of the players I gave a massive extension to. He went down. So he's going to have to prove himself, or we might end up shopping him away because I really want our team to be at the best possible version of it can be, and there might be guys in the minors that can outperform what this version of Cloud Hari looks like. I mean, this really is not that much better than Enriquez, so we'll have to see. But of course, the good news is a lot of the team looks about the same. So the guys I gave extensions to, D, he got an extension. I think that he is a very quality hitting third baseman. I don't know if he's actually going to stick at third or not. He could end up in the outfield. He could end up at first, but he is an okay third baseman defensively who can really get on base, and I like that, so we gave him an extension. Chatterjee, obviously, I mean, but the thing is that most every other player that I gave an extension to is 25 years old or younger. Chatterjee is almost 28, and I still give him a 9-year extension. I almost never do this, but I will do it with superstar caliber players, the type of guy that could be franchise altering, and Chatterjee is that. I want to keep him around for as long as possible. Hopefully, we don't get a massive ratings dip like we got with Cloud Hari, who I thought was going to be our second best player, but how it's a little bit questionable. Hari did get an extension, as I pointed out earlier. It's a pretty team-friendly one as well, assuming he's actually good. We got Wajee. I don't think I gave him an extension. He could be on the block for one, especially with his high eye. I think he's an interesting option for that. Moo, I don't think I gave him an extension. Paris already was on a long-term deal. I think that's all for our batters. For the pitchers, I gave Pedro. No, I didn't. Who is young? Ted Springer. I gave Ted Springer an extension. He is going to be locked up for 10 years as our ace. And I think he's the only starting pitcher I gave an extension to. I gave Zoo an extension as well. Definitely want to keep this guy around. He is just a ridiculously talented reliever. I tried to give an extension to Nawaf, but I could not get it to work. So Zoo is going to be our only reliever with one at this point. I might consider giving it to some of these other guys, but again, this is a three-season save. These guys are still going to be in pre-arbitration at the end of it, and that's really not a big deal. But anyways, here we are in spring training. I think our spring training roster is going to just be pretty much our opening day roster. We got the guys who are on the 40-man up. I'll give them the opportunity to play. I'm not going to give them roles. I seriously doubt they're going to do anything. We'll see. Anyways, let's move ahead to opening day here and see how we do in spring training. I expect that we're going to kick complete butt because our team is just insane. Yep, 3-0 to start, 4-0. The Aztecs are keeping pace though at 4-0, which I'm impressed by. And there they go, losing a game, probably to us, honestly, because we win a lot. How does D have steals? D should not be stealing with his 30 grade stealing ability, I think, is what he's got. Everyone's favorite team in the Atlantic League, the Baltimore Crabs, pulling off a lot of wins. It looks like aside from us and maybe the Aztecs, honestly, now they're at pace with us at 8-2. There are really no dominant forces in the Frontier League, but Yoon Wang Kang, who I thought was going to be an opening day starting pitcher for us, someone who makes our roster, it looks like he is down with an injury and will be out for 5 weeks. So that is disappointing. He will head to the injured list, and we're going to have somebody else in that rotation spot now. I don't know who to DFA because we got to make that roster spot open. I think David Tarango might be DFA-able. No, it's going to be Mario Landa. I do not like this guy at all, so he's getting DFA'd. And Jerry Garcia, very high stuff, very low control. Adrisa Minakashi, I really like that curveball slider combination. He could also come up as a long reliever. I like Gagon, Mukud, Agiri. I will learn how to pronounce these guys' names, I promise. He's a decent option, well-rounded pitcher. Asadel Sayar, he looks like he could be interesting. He's got pretty well-rounded himself. I think he's really more of a reliever, though, having only 3 pitches. And Yang, there's another option. Don't know if we maybe got some starters set as relievers here as well, like Mike Moore. Yeah, Mike Moore is a starter. He's not a reliever. Francis Davies, there's an actual reliever. I don't know. I'm thinking probably Minakashi is my favorite option. I think he can kill the competition with that fastball slider combination. So, yeah. Where are you, Minakashi? Now the challenge is finding him. Here we go. Here is Adrisa Minakashi. He will be on our opening day roster with our other guy injured, and that means he'll slot into that 4 start in the spot in the rotation. I think he's probably better than Wrightson. Looks like Wrightson also had a little bit of a ratings dip, and he may honestly be the guy who goes down once we get Quang healthy, because he is probably not as good as Mitakashi. I am stunned that D is hitting so well. I probably shouldn't be. Chatterjee hitting 370 is a great sign. D is also well in the league in OPS. Moo is also way up there. I'm assuming that's mostly on base percentage, which is very good. Ted Springer is the leader in strikeouts. Bakari is up there as well. All right, let's take a look at this offense. So we got Chatterjee, or actually we can do that from here. Chatterjee is hitting 368 with 2 home runs. Wajee is really not hitting well. I'm sure his on-base percentage is much higher. Moo is hitting 242 and still has. Oh, we gotta check this out. That's just crazy that he could hit uh, so poorly. Okay, where is it? Oh, here we go. Spring training. So he's hitting 242 but has an on-base percentage 200 points higher than his batting average. The slugging is not bad either. That's just hilarious. I love it. How's Enriquez doing in spring training? He is hitting 314 with 2 home runs. Okay, that's among the better performances on the team. Aaron Paris is doing well. Chavez is not doing well. Monlin is actually struggling a little bit, but Springer's been quite effective. Wrightson has been quite effective. Minaka, Meenakshi has been all right. Bakari has been solid. I'm sure that pitching is going to start trending down. We've got an incredible defense. We've got an incredible offense. So Chatterjee gets updated. And the only thing that really dropped here, I think, was his avoid Ks, which is fine given the overall package. Yeah, this is a really dominant hitter. Also, D, why are you stealing bases? You got 30 speed stealing ability. That should not be the case. He's Has he been caught a ton too? I really hope he hasn't, but I have a feeling he has. No, he hasn't been caught at all. So somehow D has 3 stolen bases without getting caught once with 30 grade stealing ability. We're probably going to have to do something with his stuff to make it so he doesn't attempt so many steals because he is not going to maintain those rates. But we are also not doing as well as the Aztecs, which is surprising to me to say the least. All right, let's see here. I want to see the draft pool. Do not need a filter. So the best hitters are center fielder Mike Christian. I think this guy's a solid player. He's got a pretty decent batting profile centered around contact and power. He's a solid fielder as well in center. Vince Sandman, not a good fielder, but certainly an excellent hitter. Mike Krotz, that's not the worst hitter. Brett Hennigan, probably a second baseman. He's not terrible. I do not like Mark Juster. Jose Llamas, another second baseman. I think he's okay. And Mike Murray, who we have shortlisted, a solid power hitter with a good personality. As for starting pitchers, we've got Ben Goodlow. He's all right. He throws hard. He's got a good personality. Mark Mitchell. He's okay. Jay Riggenberg. I like this guy. He's got decent movement. Solid arsenal. Ethan Beck. This guy's good. He's got a lot of control. Hey Lemania. Interesting that he's rated so well. Also an interesting name. Curtis Peabody. I like the control. I don't like the pitches. Brian Simon, a very low risk pitcher, coming in pretty well developed. He's got a interesting profile. We have him shortlisted. Trevor Torrey, eh. And as for relievers, anybody particularly interesting? Kevin Helton is the best reliever in the class, and I'm not a big fan of him, so it'll be an interesting draft. I don't know if we're getting anything too good, but we'll see. D is still the league leader in OPS. Chatterjee is close behind him. Allah, who is our injured reliever, is taking longer than expected to recover from injury. Hopefully he could get over it sooner rather than later. We could use him healthy in our opening day bullpen for sure. Paris is now on the batting average leaderboards as well, and Cloud Hari is on the OPS leaderboards. That's great. That's exactly what we wanted to see. Ted Springer has been passed up by Mike Tennyson's strikeout leaderboards. It looks like Zoo was on the save leaderboards for a while there. Ted Springer is on the WAR leaderboard. Bakari is now number 1 in WAR, and also strikeouts. There's Springer, Monlina, and Bakari 1, 2, and 3 in strikeouts. Moo, D, and Chatterjee 1, 2, and 3 in OPS. D and Chatterjee also the 2 leaders in batting average. Aaron Paris ruptures his Achilles and he will miss 4 months to start the year, which is incredibly disappointing because he was putting up a pretty darn good spring training performance. I don't know who we've got to replace him. I'm actually going to transfer him to the 60-day IL to fill up or to open up that roster spot for whoever we end up calling up. So we got Mei Xiu Chen, who's not quite as good a fielder and definitely not the same caliber of hitter. got Mazi Fumu. I think he's probably the option. He's like a worse version of Paris all around. I don't think we're going to have anyone else that really makes sense, so it will be Fumu. I'll put him on the 50 man. We'll stick him on the active roster. And he will hit ninth in our batting order. Unless he's really splitty. Yeah, he's really splitty. Alright, he can hit higher versus righties. Especially since Issa is a righty. Why is Chatterjee batting ninth versus lefties? He can't be. Wow. He is that splitty. Okay, well, he's still a great fielder and a not terrible hitter versus lefties. How is Cloud Hari's ratings looking? They haven't gone up, but his performance has been right where we want it to be. So I can't really complain. I hope the ratings go up soon, back to where they were before at the least. Enriquez is now on the batting average leaderboards. The Buffalo Industrials, the best team in the Atlantic League to start the year. The New York Imperials right behind them, division rivals, so that Atlantic League North will be interesting to keep an eye on. The Crabs and Appalachians close. That entire Atlantic League East quite close. The Atlantic League West also quite close. The Atlantic League South looks like it's going to be a weak division. The Albuquerque Balloons were the best league in the Frontier, or best team in the Frontier League. Israel has dropped significantly with his ratings. That's disappointing. Edgar Nunez has dropped significantly as well. David Tarango has dropped. That was expected. Vega losing potential stuff despite improving his velocity, which I find strange. Fumu. Yeah, that's just what we needed to see. Our new replacement second baseman losing ratings. Steve Faulkner. He goes down. Issa going down. Geyer going up. That's good. We were high on Geyer. Josh Hughes going down, our utility outfielder. Chatterjee. He loses some defense but gains some hitting. Wajee going up. Yeah, look at that. He's got higher contact. I think he's in line for a long-term extension. He could be an integral hitter on this team at this point. Mukundagiri, who we were looking at starting in our rotation, going slightly down. Ayala going down. We don't care about him apparently. Picotti going down. Don't care about him either. All right, well, let's take a look at the team. Let's demote the masses of people who are not on the 40-man roster. Doesn't matter where they go. I'm going to have the AI set our team up. So I'll just do this and come back to you guys after the demotions are done. All right, people have been demoted, and it is the opening day team now. So we are going to sim ahead until our opening day. We're going to play that game manually, and then we are going to sim up until the draft and end it there. Wow, look at those Portland Seagulls, 8 and 21. Even worse, the Chicago 5 points at 8 and 22, 9 and 21. My bad. And the Jacksonville Gators at 7 and 23, capping off the worst of the worst teams, at least in spring training. And we're getting our season projections. I would definitely like to take a look at those before we head in, just to get a general idea for how the computer thinks that we are going to do. And it's taking a while to generate season projections, so I'm just going to pause it until it's done with those. All right, here we are. So we have been given the expectation to play 500 ball, which is pretty much laughable because I think there's no question. The top minor league systems, we have 901 points because of our international players. No surprise at all. The other teams with top prospects are, guess what? Guys that we traded away who are international prospects. So, yeah, they've got the secondhand stuff, but they've still got some quality players. Even the slightly like second tier guys are still quite talented. All right, so checking out the season projections here, the preseason prediction. We are expected to go 140 and 22, which I absolutely think is reasonable. Even though that's only like twice the. Okay, I don't know. Oh, two players over the roster limit. What the heck? Okay, what's the problem here? I think we have too many relievers. Oh no, I see what it is. I thought that we had 28 roster spots, but we've only got 26 roster spots. So I think Oscar Herrera, as much as I hate to do it, he's going down. And I think Edgar Nunez will be the other man demoted. I do not like a slightly weaker pitch. I do like that he's a spark plug, but I don't know. These guys could use some time in the minors, just a little bit. All right, well, we're good for opening day. Let's get going against the San Antonio Cowboys here. I'm just going to leave the lineups at default for the sake of time, and we'll start the game. I'm going to enable game sound really quickly. All right, here we are. And Ben Copeland will lead it off against Pedro Monlina. I'm just going to do until runners in scoring position for the sake of time. And on the second batter of the game, our ace allows a double to Oscar Sarmiento, which disappoints me greatly. I cannot believe that he so quickly blew that. But he does get a flyout to whoever Pina is. Miguel Valencia, very high power guy, so this is not really the situation you want to be in. 2-0 count, and that's going to be a single to left field. And they will score the first run. The San Antonio Cowboys will get it off Cloud Hari, who does not have a particularly strong arm. But that's okay. That's okay. We've got a very good team. 2-2 count, and Monlina gets the out. Now we're going to send until runners in scoring position. We do not get any in the bottom of the first. We don't even get a base runner. They get another base runner in the top of the first, but Monlina does not allow a runner in scoring position. Enriquez reaches, and then Fumu, our second baseman, gets him over to second base, and now we got Victor Chavez, our catcher, up. He is probably the worst hitter in the lineup. 1-0 pitch, and that's going to be an easy fly ball out. I doubt Enriquez can score off that. Mezian Issa here, our last man standing, 1-2. He strikes out. He's one of the weaker batters in the lineup as well. Molina gets a clean inning there. Now we got D leading it off. D will double to start this inning. Now we've got Chatterjee, and he will blow it. Chatterjee, our MVP superstar, blows it. Cloud Hari, he also flies out. And Waji is up now, 1-2 count. That's going to be a flyout as well, which will end the inning. Molina allows a home run. He's got 7 strikeouts and yet 2 earned runs through less than 4. He gets out of the inning. Now we got Moo. No runners in scoring position. Molina pitches a clean inning. Steenberg, who has hardly got any strikeouts as you'd expect, is just dominating our lineup. Molina, he's up to 10 strikeouts now. Another clean inning, and we just cannot get base runners for the life of us. Molina has 18 strikeouts per 9 so far, and Justin Warren reaches base. This is going to be Molina's last inning. He's pitched pretty well today. He strikes out 14 guys in 7 innings. I think we'll give him one more batter just for the opportunity to hit 15. All right, come on, guys. Let's get some base runners. Finally, Chavez and Moo on the corners for Issa. 2 outs, though. And we will not score again. Are we really going to be held scoreless with this offense? All right, getting up. Let's do... Yeah, let's find somebody who's got more stamina to pitch. Zafar. I think Zafar. We'll give him an opportunity here on opening day. All right, Pedro Molina looking for his 15 strikeout mark here. Copeland draws a walk on 4 pitches. This is just not going our way. That is his first walk of the season. 2 to Arsco Sarmiento, and he strikes him out for his milestone 15th strikeout. We're going to bring in Zafar now. Actually, first we're going to visit the mound to give Zafar a little bit more of an opportunity to warm up. And he is now ready, so we are going to bring him into this game. He should have absolutely no problem retiring. And he allows, I'm assuming, a walk. Nope, a hit to Raul Pena. Oh, man. And Valencia drills one deep to right field. It's not going to get out of the park, but he gave him a ride. Zafar not pitching as well as we had hoped here. Smuller, another power hitter here for the Cowboys. 1-2 pitch. That's a fly ball to right field. Going to be an easy out, and we will escape the inning without allowing any more runs. Bottom of the 8th, we've only got 2 innings left, and we got to get at least 2 runs in them. Well, D gets a hit, and Claude Hari will also reach. We've now got Wajee up. He's a good bet to reach base. 3-0 count. He draws a walk. Bases loaded for Moo. Another great eye here. Full count. That one's shot into left field. That's going to be a single to drive in a run. We will score 2, and the game is tied up. Finally managed to get some run support here. Enriquez is up. 3-1 count. He draws a walk. And Fumu, who does hit well against righties. 1-2 count. Little tapper. He's going to be thrown out at home plate. They will not get Fumu up first, but we fail to score a run. Chavez, our worst batter, is likely to end the inning here. Full count. And that's going to end it. Fly ball to right field. I think we're going to just leave Zafar in for the inning. I see no reason. And he gets out of the inning cleanly. So we are going to get up superstar closer Zoo. If the game heads to extras, he will be our go-to guy. Issa, we do not get any base runners. And it's time. You know what? Let's let Zafar get the weakest batter in their lineup. I have faith he can do it. It'll give Zoo an... Wow, and Zafar gives up a leadoff single to the weakest batter in the Cowboys lineup. It's definitely time to bring in Zoo and let him just shut this offense down, which he does easily. He threw 11 pitches. We'll monitor him in the next inning. Gonna sim until runners in scoring position. We do not get any runners in scoring position. I think Zoo can handle the full inning. Nobody scores. Nobody gets into scoring position. Zoo might be good to lead off or start the next inning, but we're gonna need to bring someone else in. I will get Nawaf up. He is definitely probably the next best guy to have. Enriquez, leadoff double. Fumu is up. 1-1 count. This ball will be in play. We have no walks. They will intentionally walk Fumu to get to Victor Chavez. Now, the problem is we don't really have any guys who can pinch hit for him, so we just got to leave him in. 0-2, and he strikes out swinging. Here is Issa. 1-0 pitch. That one's rocketed into right field. A diving catch to save extra bases. The runners will not advance, and now it's up to D. Full count. Fly ball to center field. The inning will end, and we will not score. Extremely disappointing performance there. All right. Zoo. I could bring in Nawaf right now, but I'd rather save as many batters for him as possible. 2-2. Zoo strikes him out. Justin Warren. 0-2. Zoo strikes him out. Big shocker. All right, we're bringing in Nawaf now. Zoo could probably complete the inning, but just want to be safe here. All right. Our offense blows it again. They don't do anything in that inning. And now we've got Fumu on second for the bottom of the order. Why is it always the bottom of the order that we have to rely on to score runs? We cannot trust Chavez. He is simply just not a good hitter. By the way, Chatterjee has yet to record a hit. Waji has yet to record a hit. What the heck? Here's Issa, last man standing in the inning. We've got Fumu on third base. A hit will win the game. 1-2 count. Issa, as expected, fouls out because he is one of the worst batters in our lineup. Nawaf is going to have to go another inning. He does so. Time to get up our next reliever for the 14th or 15th inning, whatever it is at this point. I think Allah is probably our next best reliever, or maybe it's Yogesh. Yeah, Yogesh is really good. All right, we'll get Yogesh up. And hopefully we can score this inning so we don't need him. Nope, we will not score. So I'm going to let Nawaf face one more batter, and then we're bringing in Yogesh. 2-2. He strikes him out. Yogesh coming in. Our offense flailing, which it really should not be doing. Yogesh pitches a clean inning. We once again fail to get runners in scoring position. Yogesh with another clean inning. Now we got Issa on second. I think at this point we're going to steal. We need to win this game. A hit will do it. Issa's a reliable base stealer. He's taken off for third. He will be in without a throw. D, a hit will win the game. And he strikes out looking. A flyout would have done it too. Chatterjee, who's still hitless, has to get a hit here to win the game. He will be intentionally walked. Cloudhari is up now. 2-2 to him. A hit will win the game still. And he strikes out looking. Absolutely blown it, the offense has. Yogesh gonna go another inning here. He pitches and allows a leadoff double. Great. This is exactly where we want to be. At least it's the bottom of their order. Chris Rice is up. 1-2 pitch. Yogesh, grounder. Our shortstop Scott, it throws him out. Justin Warren now. 2-2. And he strikes him out. You've got Garza. 0-2. And he strikes him out. Yogesh keeps it scoreless, and we're heading to the bottom of the 17th inning because it's been 17 innings, and our offense can't score runs. I cannot believe how bad the offense has been so far. Who do we even bring in now? Eric Millinson, Badru. I think it's a Law. We'll get a Law warmed up. All right, come on, Wajee. Nobody gets into scoring position. All right, Allah's coming in for Yogesh. We've burned like literally all our dominant relievers, and we've got a lot of them. 18th inning. We do not allow a runner to get in scoring position. Our bullpen is really good. This game is a testament to how good the bullpen is. Issa once again on second base for D. Gonna have him steal here again. D swings on the first pitch for some reason, and he fouls it again. Come on, D, let him steal. All right, ball one. Issa successfully steals third base. We've got D here, full count. A hit will win the game, and the first baseman makes a snag to keep it alive for the Cowboys. It is now the 19th inning. This is one of the longest games of all time. Allah pitches a clean inning. It's the bottom of the 19th. Chatterjee, one of the best hitters on our team. Why have we not had any home runs yet, by the way? Just one, and we don't get anyone in scoring position. Allah gonna go another inning here. Another clean inning by Allah. Time to get somebody else up in the bullpen. Milton Littlewood, Ben Israel. I think it's going to be Badru at this point. At some point soon, we may need to start wondering where we even get our pitchers from. They're not even using good relievers at this point. Another inning without getting any runners into scoring position. We bring in Badru as our new reliever. And he's allowed to run. So he's given up a double to Nate Phillips, which scores a run. Badru may be the man that blows the game. We need to score the bottom of the inning. We've got Jake Barker up. Ground ball. That's going to advance the runner. Oh, no. Well, that's the inning. Okay. We got Victor Chavez, the catcher of all people, leads off the 21st inning for us. A 1-0 pitch. That's rocketed to deep left center, but not far enough, and it will be the first out. That's another nail in the coffin. Here is Issa. Can he please draw a walk? Yes! Issa draws a walk. All right, we're going to have him steal second. And when he gets to second, we're going to have him steal third. The throw is not in time, and he is in there. 0-1 to D. Issa stealing second. He is safe. It is now 0-2 to D, though. Come on, D. Don't blow it, man. Ground ball to third base. Issa does not score, and now it's up to Chatterjee, who still has yet to record a hit in like 8 at-bats, 9 at-bats. 7 at bats. He has drawn a walk, probably been hit by a pitch, but he still has yet to record a hit. Full count. We need to reach base. And he grounds out, and we will lose a 21-inning game on opening day because the offense was garbage. I've never been so frustrated at an offense before. Look at this. They blew through most of their relievers early in the game. They had a guy go much longer than he should have. A poor reliever. Look at these garbage relievers that we could score off of. Look at how many. We had what, 12 innings to score a run and couldn't do it? We only got 2 runs in 1 inning near the end of the game at a point where we thought the offense was not going to do anything. Our best offensive performance came from the guy that's here as a freaking injury replacement. He went 3 for 7 with a walk. Our next best offensive performance came from Issa, who batted .250 in the game with a walk and 4 steals. That's it. Unbelievably garbage performance by the offense. You cannot blame this bullpen at all. Badru, sure, he gave up 2 hits, but he also got 2 strikeouts. He was incredibly unlucky. Molina pitched a pretty good game. Honestly, it's probably the fielder's fault for not getting to more balls because he struck 15 guys out, and yet he still had 6 hits in 7.1 innings. The rest of the bullpen absolutely dominant. Look at all these strikeouts. Look at all those strikeouts. I cannot believe we lost this game. That was just a ridiculously stupid loss for us. That was a game we should have won easily, and the offense totally dropped the ball. And we lose day 2? Are you kidding me? Now Wajid's out a week. This is just the worst start we could possibly have got off to. Unbelievable. Ted Springer gets hammered in his opening day start, or not opening day, but his debut. He allowed 6 earned runs. I am really not impressed right now with our team's performance. This is a team that's supposed to lose 22 games in the season, and we've already lost 2. Well, at least we've worked our way back to 500. 3-2 now. 4-2. The Aztecs are undefeated so far. All right, we got Quang back. That's good news. Wrightson will get demoted to AAA. Quang will take that 5th spot in the rotation. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Honestly, I think Quang might be higher than Makashi because he's got so much control and higher movement as well. Fumu is leading our team in WAR. We have lost another game, which really just should not be the case at this point in the year. Not making any trades at this point. I see no reason to move around the team. I think we have probably the best 26 men in all of baseball. Even with our offense's garbage opening day performance, where we just blew it so many times. 13-3 now. We are starting to get back up to where we should be performance-wise after losing 2 to start the season. Chatterjee is on the OPS leaderboards after failing to get a hit on opening day. And the WAR leaderboards. The team's really settled in now. Yeah, we've won a lot of games consecutively. We pulled off quite a streak. The Aztecs have really sunk lately. They were at one point above us, and they've hardly won games since that point. D has lost some avoid Ks, which I am not happy about. Ted Springer is going up, though. Better than ever, Ted Springer. Vega really losing a lot of abilities in AAA, as is Plites, one of the guys we picked up internationally, I believe. CJ Taylor, our top prospect, probably doing really well, which is exactly what we wanted to see. CJ Taylor is definitely one of the more likely guys from our organization to actually make the team at some point. I don't know who this Rich Guzman is. He's probably an international player we traded, but he is really kicking it. Bakari with the high or lowest ERA among qualified starters at this point. Chatterjee also tied with, or he was tied with Guzman in batter war. And we just lost another game. We're still an 800 team. I think that is about as good as you could possibly hope, really. Issa and Fumu are leading the league in steals. We're already 12 games up in the division. No other team. Oh, actually, the St. Louis Gateway are really, really far up in their division as well. Let's check out our top performers. Munlina has followed up that strong opening day start and been a dominant pitcher since. Ted Springer, he's been doing really well in the rotation. Bakari doing quite well. Let's check out Quang since he came back. He has been unsuccessful, actually. Meenakshi is a perfect 5-0 in all 5 starts. He has won a game, and he is pitching really well aside from a very high home run rate at this point. His slider has come way down from where we thought it was, which is quite disappointing. Chatterjee is really dominant. He's hitting for average. He's hitting for power. He's getting on base. He's not striking out. He is 0 for 5 in steal attempts, and he should really not be stealing at all. So we're just going to make that go there. Do not want Chatterjee stealing bases. All right, well, let's keep going. I also like that Famu, who was our injury replacement, is among the league leaders in WAR. Very surprising, but nonetheless. Guzman has been passed up by both Chatterjee and Famu in WAR now. Chatterjee is running away with the MVP conversation, which he should be. He is by far the best player in the league. Whoever that Chris Curtis guy is for the Seattle Pilots, he is really, really hitting for power. 17 home runs so far. We now have all 3 leaders in batter war. Issa has made the leaderboards and is now past Famu as well, which I'm surprised by, honestly. Let's take a look at the team, see how some guys are doing. Enriquez is starting to really hit for power. He's got 13 home runs so far. That's good. Chatterjee has not hit a home run since we last checked in. D is hitting about as well as we'd hoped. Waji is doing about what we expected him to do. He's doing quite well. Cloud Hari is not doing well. We need to see some big improvements from Cloud Hari, or he is in risk of losing his spot on the team. He's not hitting for power. He's not hitting for average. He is drawing walks, but that's really all he's doing. We are doing really well as a team as well, still over 800. Nearly 20 games up in the division. The Gateway have actually held their lead as well in the Atlantic League West. As for the rest of the league, there doesn't appear to be a really more dominant team, so I think the Gateway are possibly the opponents that we will face in the World Series. Victor Enriquez is looking very good defensively at first base, which we expected. He's still actually a negative fielder, probably from the training period. I want to see how Chatterjee is doing defensively in center field. He's not a gold glover, but .6 zone rating is nothing to spit at in center. I bet Issa's probably on par for a gold glove, though. Yeah, 7.5 zone rating at shortstop at this point in the year. He's probably going to get it. He is definitely quite the valuable fielder, which is, of course, why we have him in the first place. He's hitting well, which is a pleasant surprise, but it was also emphasis on the surprise because he was not. We not pick him up for his bat. We picked him up for his glove. I'd like to see Chatterjee pass up Guzman in the batting average lead. We had a 9-game winning streak there, apparently. We are first in runs scored, first in runs against, which is not a surprise. Molina has really run away with the pitching war, which is more testament to everyone else dropping off than him just absolutely exploding. I'm kind of surprised we're not doing better pitching-wise. Chatterjee is still just ridiculous. He gets on base at a 500 clip. That is insane. A 500 on base percentage. And we are at the draft, so that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys for tuning in. We definitely had quite successful so far, which is, of course, about where we expected to be. I'll see you guys all in the next video, and we will complete the draft and simulate up to the playoffs.